Sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lally Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. Check out the Leone team of Nova Home Loans, the highest rated lender in Cochise County. SSVEC, owned by those we serve. Lights Out Family Fun Center. Chiricahua Community Health Centers, health for all. And last but not least, eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. Tonight we have the Buena Colts varsity football team taking on the Morena Tigers, live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.
This just in. Who really owns your electric company? The answer is you. SSVEC is a cooperative owned by its members with benefits of ownership like all profits are eventually returned to members who can also vote in board elections and call on energy experts for free energy audits to help you cut energy costs. So who really owns your electric company?
We do. Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, owned by those we serve.
Native Grillin' Wings has had its own game day rules since 1979. First down, piling on. It's just a celebration. That's allowed here. Well then, touchdown. Go Native.
Levi here with Cochise County Sports Network to tell you about Lights Out Family Fun Center. If you are looking for affordable fun for the whole family where you don't have to drive to Tucson, then look no further than Lights Out. With 18 holes of indoor miniature golf, jumping castles, pool tables, dartboards, air hockey, 2 party rooms, and so much more, all under a sea of black lights. Now for a limited time, mention Cochise County Sports Network for 10% off your visit. Lights Out Family Fun Center. They're family owned, they're family friendly, they're family priced. Located at 101 East Wilcox Drive. What are you waiting for?
And welcome back to Buena High School football tonight, brought to you live from Morena High School in Tucson, Arizona. As there are a couple minutes left here in the half, we'll go over a couple of the storylines we're watching heading into that second half. And that first half was really a tale of 2 quarters. The Colts came out and really imposed their will in the first quarter. They took the lead. They took the lead 7-0. And they were holding this high-powered Morena offense to only 25 yards of total offense in that first quarter. But that second quarter, Morena really got on track. Their backup quarterback really came in for their injured starter and his older brother, and he really settled in that second quarter, completing 4 of 9 passes for 70 yards and leading 2 touchdown drives. As that offense had 154 yards in that second quarter, taking the lead 14-7. But the Colts come out here and they'll receive the ball to start this half. And if they can take control like they did early on, keep feeding Caleb Bryant, keep feeding Timothy Jones. I mean, they had 177 yards rushing in that first half, so the ground attack is really working. So if they keep feeding those 2 guys and they can drive the length of the field on this first possession and tie the game up, it's anyone's game. Quick reminder, we did have to restart the stream there, so do us a huge favor, hit the like button, hit the share button, get everyone that was in here earlier, get them back in here to enjoy the end of this game, as it's really turning out to be a great high school football game. So if we can get as many people watching as we can, that's awesome. And we're back here ready for second half coverage of the Buena High School Colts as they take on the Marana High School Tigers. And the Colts will receive the second half kickoff as they're trailing 14-7 in what has been a very tightly contested game. Neither team is giving up much of anything. So let's see what Colts have, what kind of answers they have. Is the Tigers really brought it to them there in the second quarter. They got all the momentum going on their side. So let's see if the Colts can break that a little bit as Hernandez is deep for the Colts, ready to receive this second half kickoff. And that kickoff will go out of bounds for a legal procedure, and that'll give the Colts great starting field position. That's the number one thing you cannot do as a kicker is kick it out of bounds on the kickoff. That's easy field position for the opposing team. They don't even have to work for it. And it'll come out to 35 for 1st and 10 to start the second half. The Colts are led out on the field by junior quarterback Giovanni Bourbon. I see it a very solid first half. Nothing special. Not too high, not too low. He was 8 for 12 for 87 yards. And here he gives it up the middle to Timothy Jones, who's going to carry defenders forward for a 7-yard gain. I really like watching Jones run the ball. He knows how to finish runs. He's never going to go down to first contact. He's going to drag a few players with him and fight for those extra yards every time. Gio's joined in the backfield by Bryant and Jones, but he flips it out to Garrick on the outside, who's tackled quickly by number 2, Alfred Ibona, for a 1-yard gain, and I'll bring up a 3rd and 2. And this is a big 3rd down early in the second half. The entire playbook is open to the Buena Colts. They can run it, they can throw it. And Gio runs the option. It's a quick pitch out to Bryant. Cuts it back across the field. Breaks a few tackles. And he fights his way for a 15-yard gain. And that's a Buena Colts first down, pushing into Tigers territory. This is exactly how the Colts wanted to start this half. Get their offense back on track after 2 straight 3-and-outs to end the first half. Now they're driving into Marana territory looking to tie this game up. Gio's in the backfield with Hernandez and Jones. Handing it off to Jones. And he's stopped for a no gain. It was a good play by number 4, Coben Borgat, one of the brothers who's played a huge role in this game. 2 of the Borgat brothers have seen time at quarterback. And then Coben makes his presence known on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball at wide receiver. This will bring up a 2nd and 10 for Buena Colts. Gio pumps it, and he's got Garrick down the sideline, and Garrick makes the catch, and he's going to take it all the way for a Buena Colts touchdown. And that is a 43-yard pass play from Gio Bourbon to Mandrell Garrick, and that'll bring the Colts within 1 pending the extra point. And that was a great job setting that play up. They've been throwing that quick screen all night, and right there Gio rises up, pumps the quick screen, and finds Garrick over the top once the corner bites. That's a walk-in touchdown for the senior wide receiver. And Bueno will shift over into a typical extra point formation as Parker's on to attempt. Kick is up, and it is good, and Buena drives the length of the field from the first possession of the second half and ties the game up 14-14 on the 20th ranked team in the state. That is exactly what Buena wanted coming into the second half. They let Marana run all over them in the second quarter, and right there they get back on track to what they were doing in the first quarter, running the ball efficiently, and that opens up the passing plays. As Marana was playing man defense to try to take away the run, try to take away that dual threat that dual threat of Caleb Bryan and Timothy Jones, leaving Garrick on the outside one-on-one, and he wins that matchup. And Gio finds him on a great ball down the sideline. Cody Pitslin gets ready to kick it away for the Buena Colts. It's a sidewinding kick that's taken around the 4-yard line. Finds a little bit of seam and brings it out to 33 and a half yard line. And that's where Marana will take over for the first time in this second half. So the Tigers take over, and out comes their backup quarterback, freshman Trayson Borgat, who's taken over for his injured older brother, Trenton, who was injured early in the first half. And that run is taken for a 2-yard gain to around the 35-yard. Oh, correction, that's a no gain on that play, bringing up 2nd and 10. Drops back to pass. He's pressured by number 3, and that's forcing him to get it out early, and he overthrows his intended wide receiver, who is covered nicely by number 14, Nazir Riddle. That'll bring up a 3rd and long. It looks like Buena's back to the way they were playing in the first quarter, shutting down the run, playing hard, tight man defense, not giving any room in the passing game. Brings up an early 3rd down. It's very important here for the Colts. Try to get their defense off the field, get their offense, who just scored, quickly back on it with the momentum, building this game, trying to take the lead. Number 20 rolls out. He throws over the top, and that's going to be intercepted by number 25, but there is a flag on the field. And he's bringing it back to around the 45-yard line. And there's another flag, which will be for a late hit, out of bounds. I think the first flag will be for defensive holding against the wide receiver that led to the interception. Then the second flag will be for a late hit out of bounds. So this will stay with the Marana Tigers as their ball. The referees are talking about it, deciding how this is all going to work out. There'll be penalties on both teams, one during the flow of play and one after the play, so both will be enforced. Holding on the Colts, dead ball, personal foul on the Tigers. So is that holding on the Colts that really led to the interception? The corner had his hands all over the wide receiver, which let the safety, number 25, Jose Chino, come over the top and make the pick, which he made a great play. Like, he's supposed to come over the top, made a great read on the ball, but the reason the wide receiver wasn't there is because he was being held by the cornerback. And then on the return, as Chino was going out of bounds, he was hit late by a Marana high school player. So it'll be 10-yard penalty leading to the first down, and then a 15-yard penalty going back. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line for the Marana Tigers. So they still get the first down, but they lost 5 yards in the process. So the Colts were ever so close to getting off the field on that 3rd down. Unfortunately, the penalty bug comes up and bites them a little bit. But they came out and they actually, Marana lost 5 yards on that play. And so now it brings up 1st and 10, drops back, and he finds number 4 open over the middle, makes 2 men miss, and he's got field to run. He's got only Bryant to beat, and he's got a leading block by number 21, and he goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And that'll be a 25 or a 45-yard pass completion on the leading to another first down deep inside Buena territory. Trenton is showing a lot of poise back there for a freshman. He's hanging in there. He's getting through his reads to his first, second options and throwing very nice tight spirals over the middle into the open spaces into this Buena zone, and he hands it up the middle, number 21. And the Colts defensive line is able to collapse down in on him and hold him to a 3-yard gain. Other than 2 drives there in the second quarter, the Colts defense has been very stout against the run. For most of the first half, Marana was actually negative in rushing yards. Negative for most of the first half in rushing yards. And just for 2 drives there in the second quarter that they got positive yards. And it looks like the Buena's made the adjustment. And the snap is fumbled. And there's another flag on the field as the ball went up to number 7. And we'll see what the call here is. Bryant and number 7 got tangled up there on the play, and it looks like it's going to be – it'll go against Caleb Bryant. And that'll lead to another first down for the Marana Tigers. And that's pass interference on Caleb Bryant. That'll be a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, leading to a 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. And again, the penalties have bugged Buena all season long. Every time they get momentum on their side, it seems like they shoot themselves in the foot with a penalty. And here they've had 2 big penalties keeping the drives alive for Tigers. Play action pass, and he finds number 7 on a quick slant over the middle, and that's a touchdown for the Marana Tigers. That's number 7, Tariq Jordan, on the catch for the Marana Tigers. That'll be his 2nd touchdown of the game. And that'll put the Tigers back into the lead, 20-14, pending the extra point. Kick is up, and that is good, and that makes it Marana Tigers 21, the Buena Colts 14, with 8 minutes and 39 seconds left here in the third quarter. And I'm not sure, but it actually looked like that last play was a run-pass option where Trenton had the option of either handing it to the running back, or if he liked the matchup he had on the outside with his wide receiver, he could rise up and throw the quick slant, and that's what he did. And the wide receiver got inside position on Bryant, and Trenton put the ball right on his numbers, catching it in stride and taking it in for a 14-yard touchdown. And now we got to see if Buena can come back with another answer. They did a great job on their first drive of this half, going down the field quickly on 4 plays with the big play over the top to Mandrell Garrick. Let's see if they can do the same thing here to answer the body blow they just took from Marana. Hernandez is back deep for the Colts. And he's going to catch it around the 5-yard line. And he's going to bring it up to around the 21, and that's where he's met by a host of Tiger defenders. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 from the 21 for the Colts for their second possession of the second half. And Gio comes leading out the offense with Jones and Hernandez in the backfield, and he gives it to Jones as the first man through. And Jones pushes forward for a 3-yard gain. I'll bring up about a 2nd and 7 for the Colts. As they're making a few substitutions. The Colts love to run a ton of different formations. As we saw, they were just out there in I. They come out there in shotgun spread. They are very familiar with all these formations, which makes them very tough to be game plan for. And here they come out in I formation again. Hernandez dotting the I. Gio drops back and gets it to Garrett quick on the quick slant. And he's being dragged backwards by 2 Tiger defenders, but he's able to get forward for 7 yards in the first down. That's a great call by Coach Thomas. Do the play action pass, get it to your best receiver on the outside. He gets the inside position, and that's been open all night. And they finally able to hit it, and they missed it a couple times earlier in the night. But there they were able to hit it and get the first down. Now it's an offset I with Hernandez still dotting it, and it's given to the first man through. And he's met by a whole host of Tiger defenders. 10 Tiger players are in on that tackle. But number 28, Cameron Hayes, is able to push forward for 3 yards. And that's all on Cameron and all on that offensive line. They never stop driving their feet, push the defensive line back. They're able to come away with 3 yards on what looked like a dead play at the beginning. Jones and Bryant check back into the game. And an offset I look. Gio's under center. He drops the snap, but he picks it up. And he's able to get forward for 3 yards, send up a 3rd and 4. That's really an underappreciated side of Gio's game is his ability to improvise. Right there, that's a busted play from the beginning. He drops the snap from the center. I couldn't tell if it was going to be a run or pass, but he was able to bend down quickly, pick it up, and he found a small hole and squeezed through it for 3. So instead of a negative play, he comes away with 3 yards, sent up a 3rd and 4. Pitches outside to Bryant, finds a hole from the kick out from Jones, and he pushes forward for 6 yards and a Buena first down. And that brings up a 1st and 10 for the Colts offense as they're just keeping on with their play from that first drive, and it's Hernandez and Jones in the backfield. Handoff goes to Jones, and he's met in the backfield, but again, he gets through the first arm tackle, and then it takes 4 Tigers defenders to take him down, but not after a 2-yard gain. So I'll bring up a 2nd and 8. As this drive has been dominated mostly by the running game, 5 rushes for 17 yards. And that's been Buena's go-to all game as they're approaching 200 yards for the game. They're over 200 yards rushing on the game. They're at 216 yards for the game in rushing. Now Gio drops back into the shotgun. He looks over the top to Garrett. Garrett tips it up, and that's incomplete. And that was great defense from number 2, Gavin Quintana, for the Marana Tigers to break that up, bringing up a 3rd and 9. Brings up another 3rd and long for the Colts. They faced one of these earlier this drive, and Gio was able to pick it up through the air to Garrick. We'll see what Coach Thomas comes up with here on this 3rd and 8. Gio's in the backfield with Bryant. He's got 2 wide up top, 1 wide down here. Looks like the play clock was run out, and Coach Thomas decides to take the timeout. And with 5 minutes and 14 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, it's the Marana Tigers 21 and the Buena Colts 14. We'd like to take this time to remind you, if you're watching out there on Facebook, hit that like button, hit that share button, get out there to all your friends and family. Show your support for Buena High School football and Buena High School sports in general. If you're watching out there on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and then the bell notification button will come up underneath that, and hit that, and you'll be notified every time we go live, and you will not miss any Buena Sports athletic events.
Whoever's in the middle safety. It should be roll blue, so that should be Colton in the middle. They're in that.
So we'll see here what Coach Thomas takes the time out to draw up a play here for this 3rd and 9. See what he can come up with. See if he has anything in his back pocket that he's been holding on to. So it's 3rd and 8, and Gio comes out with Brian in the backfield, 2 wide receivers on either side. Gio drops straight back, dumps it to Bryant, but he is taken down right away, and that'll be a loss of 4. That's a play that Buena's gone to one too many times, it appears. It looks like they went to that at least 2 or 3 times there in the first quarter. And there, Marana was able to sniff it out. The linebacker came out with the running back as he came out of the backfield. And unfortunately, Bryant wasn't able to make the one guy miss. Went down for a 4-yard loss. Now bring out Tebow to punt it away. Good punt. That'll land around the – go out of bounds around the 23-yard line. That is a great punt by Parker Tebow. I'll bring up 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for the Marana Tigers.
What's the call?
So let's see if the Colts come up with any changes to their defense, as Marana went right down the field on their first possession of the second half and kept up what they started in the second quarter with their offense dominance. They've scored on each of their last 3 possessions. Let's see if the Colts can come up with any way to stop them. First time tonight, Marana's going up under center. Play action pass, and 3 comes in unabated to the quarterback, and that's picked off by number 14. He's going to return it for a pick 6 touchdown for Buena Colts. And that's number 14, Najir Riddle, who returns the interception for a touchdown. But that was all set up from the pressure by Jesse Avina. Came in unblocked off the edge, made Trenton throw it before he wanted to. And Najir is able to come up with a great play on the ball. And there's nothing but green grass in front of him. He takes it in for the Blaine Colts touchdown, bringing him within 1 point of tying this game up. Parker Tebow is on to attempt the extra point to tie this game up at 21. Kick is up, and it is good. And that's Buena High School. The Buena Colts tie this game up 21-21 with 4 minutes and 18 seconds left on the pick 6 interception by senior Najir Riddle. And that is exactly the play Buena needed. They have not been able to stop this high-powered Marana offense since the middle of the second quarter, but they come up with a huge interception leading to the pick 6. And that's a statement to make. Cody Pitslin is ready to kick the ball away for the Colts. He's taking around the 3-yard line. Big block at around the 20-yard line, and that frees him up to get to the 22. And that's where Morano will take over and see how this freshman reacts to throwing his first interception of the night and it's returned for a touchdown. See if it rattles him, see if he comes out steady. Let's see what the Marana coaches decide to do with him, if they're going to push it down the field, still let him throw it, or they're going to return to the running game that was so effective early on in that second half. Miranda goes back to her shotgun look. Handing it off up the middle. And the Colts line did a great job of closing the hole quickly and taking them down for a 2-yard gain. And that was a play in the second quarter that was really driving the Colts defense nuts. The running back would just make one cut, find a hole, and scamper for 10, 15 yards. But right there, the Colts defensive line did a great job getting off their blocks, taking up space at the line of scrimmage and getting their hands on the running back, slowing them down, allowing those linebackers to flow in and make the play. Again, another handoff up the middle. Number 3, Jesse Avina, comes off his block and takes him down for a 4-yard gain. I'll bring up a big 3rd down and 3. See if the Colts can get off the field here. They've been unable to do it in the last few 3rd downs. They've aided the Marana Tigers with penalties leading to 1st down. So let's see if the Colts defense can get off the field here, get it back into their offense's hands. Rolling out to the right. And he throws it deep. He's got a wide receiver, and he catches on the run. And he's going to take it in for the Marana High School touchdown on a 71-yard pass completion to number 6, Kai Spencer. Oh, I'm sorry, that's number 8, Diego Miranda, with the 71-yard touchdown catch. Buena actually had that covered very well early on. It was supposed to be about a 15-yard comeback, but then you saw Trenton motion deep, and his wide receiver turned and took off, and Trenton hit him in stride, and it leads to the long touchdown pass, and the kick is up and is good, and Miranda takes a 7-point lead with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left here in this 3rd quarter. And with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter, this is a classic high school shootout. Both teams going back and forth. Counter punch after counter punch. So if you're out there watching on Facebook, hit that like button, hit that share button, get out there to your friends and family. Let them know that you're watching Buena High School football here live from Marana High School in Tucson, Arizona. Show your support. Bring as many people into this game as you can. It promises to have an exciting finish. Back to you for the Colts, number 4, Hernandez. And he's going to settle under it around the 16-yard line. Looking for room up the left side. He finds a little crease, and he was able to take it up to the 42-yard line. The Buena Colts will take over 1st and 10 from the 42. It's great field position to start this drive. Let's see if the Colts can take advantage and answer that huge touchdown pass that Miranda just had.
I want Diego to the field.
Gio's in the backfield with Bryant and Jones. Handoff goes to Bryant. Finds some room on the left side, but a flag comes out in the backfield. That'll be a holding against the Colts, pushing him back 10 yards. And I'll bring up a 1st and 20 for the Colts. And again, this was the story from last week's game. Penalties really plagued the Colts when they got their offense going. Holding penalties, pass interference penalties would really get them behind the chains, and now they're forcing it. And this gets them out of the style of play they want to play. They want to be a run-first team. They want to feed the ball to Bryant, feed the ball to Jones, pound it up the middle with Jones, get Bryant on the outside, gaining yards. And when you're 1st and 20, it's really hard to run it for these first downs. And so they're going to have to put the ball in the air. And Gio hands it off to Bryant around the outside. There's not much room there, but he fights forward for around 3 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd and 17 for the Colts.
Flip. They need a flip. The corners need a flip. The corners need a flip.
So let's see if Coach Thomas decides to air the ball out here a little bit. They've been really looking at Mandrell Garrick. We haven't seen young Ishoff tonight. I don't know if he's hurt or what. But that has led to Garrick being the one and only target for Gio tonight. And Gio drops back looking right at Garrick. And he's flushed from the pocket, but he's taken down. But number 7, Tyreek Jordan, the player who just had the huge touchdown reception, comes up with the huge sack, leading to a 3rd and 20. And that brings up 3rd and long for the Buena Colts. And there's not many plays in the playbook that we have that get 20 yards consistently. So it'll be interesting to see if Coach Thomas goes with a draw, goes with a screen, see what he decides to do here. If I had to guess, Miranda's corners and safeties are going to be playing way back. They're not going to want anything over the top. Keep everything in front of them. And with that, Coach Thomas takes a timeout to talk this over. And that's their 2nd timeout, leaving them only 1 for the rest of this game. So 3rd and 20, there's not much you can do. Over the year, Buena has shown they really like to push the ball up the sideline on those go routes. One of their main targets is not available tonight in young Ishoff. So it's really landed on Mandrell Garrick and Najee Riddle to be the playmakers on the outside for this passing attack. And so we'll see what they decide to draw up here. See if they go with the go route. See if they try something underneath to Brian on a screen pass or something. And we have Gio and Jones in the backfield with 4 wide outs. And the corners and safeties are playing 15 yards off. Gio drops straight back. He's getting pressured up the middle. Throws it up to Garrick, who high points the ball and comes down with the 14-yard reception, leading to 4th and 3. And that's a huge play. That gives Coach Thomas an option. He has to make a decision here. Does he punt it away? It's 4th and 3 from your own 49-yard line. And it looks like he's going to go for it. He's going to try to get this 3 yards, keep this drive going. He's trusting his offense. And the Colts come back out in their 4 wide receiver set like they were last play with Gio and Jones in the backfield. And it looks like they're just going to let the time run out here in the 3rd quarter. And we're going to go into the 4th quarter with the Marana Tigers 28 and the Buena Colts 21.
right, sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lolly Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. Check out the Leon team of Nova Home Loans, the highest rated lender in Cochise County. SSVEC, owned by those we serve. Lights Out Family Fun Center. Chiricahua Community Health Centers, health for all. And last but not least, eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. Tonight we have the Buena Colts varsity football team taking on the Morena Tigers. Live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeff Lane, your Sierra Vista Edward Jones advisor, understands this. That's why Jeff Lane is a proud sponsor of the Buena Colts varsity football team here on Cochise County Sports Network. For all of your investment needs, call Jeff Lane at 520-378-3766 or stop by his office at 3410 Canyon de Flores here in Sierra Vista. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
We're back here for this big fourth down, and Jones takes the direct snap, and he's stuffed by the Morena Tigers for no gain, and that'll be a turnover down downs, and Morena will take over to start this fourth quarter. I'd like to give a shout out to those Morena fans out there in chat. I see you having that lively conversation. I'm glad you guys are here enjoying the game with us. And I'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Morena Tigers inside the Colts territory at the 49-yard line. As they try to keep up this offense has really been ticking since the middle of the second quarter. Buena really hasn't had an answer for it. Morena has really been able to do whatever they've wanted on the field. And here they go with their back in their shotgun formation, handing it to 21. Finds a little bit of room off the left side. Takes it forward for a 14-yard gain. So with 1 quarter remaining and leading by 7 points, this Morena offense just looks to take over and force their will. They've been running it at will since the middle of the second quarter. Pushing their total yards for the game, rushing almost to 100 yards, but coming into that second quarter, they're at negative 25. So since the start of the second, they're at 125 yards rushing and 320 yards passing. And there's a flag out. That'll be a delay of game against the Morena Tigers, pushing them back to 1st and 15. Illegal shift. And Morena will take their first time out of the game. Now, since we have a little bit of dead time, I'd like to take this opportunity. If you're out there watching on Facebook, hit that like button, hit that share button, get it out there to your friends and family who are unable to attend this game. There's a packed house here for senior night at Morena High School. Show that support for both teams, Morena and Buena. Hit that like button, hit that share button, get this out there to as many people as we can, as there's only 11 minutes and 18 seconds left in this tightly contested high school football game. Both teams are back out, ready to play. Marana's sticking with their shotgun formation that they've been in every play tonight except for one. The Colts with their 3-down set, 2 stand-up ends. And it gives up the middle to number 21, and he pushes forward for a 6-yard gain, getting him back in front of the chains. That'll lead to a 2nd and 9 for the Marana Tigers. And the Colts really need to come up with a stop here. They need to figure out a way to get the ball back into their offense's hands. Get this Marana offense off the field. And Marana comes out with a diamond look down here on the near side. 4 wide receivers. Empty backfield. He pumps it, and then he's taken down quickly by Timothy Jones for the 5-yard sack. It looks like Marana was trying to set up the fake screen and then a go on over the top from that diamond formation here on the near side. But Jones came in unblocked, was able to blow it up in the backfield and take him down for a 5-yard loss. Set up 3rd and 15. There's an injured Buena Colt player on the field. And this is easily the biggest play of the game coming up. 3rd and long. It's a great opportunity for Buena to get off the field. One of the few times they would be able to stop this Marana team tonight. And other than that pick 6 in the 3rd quarter, they haven't stopped them yet in this second half. So if they can figure out a way to keep them from getting the first down here, force the 4th down, the Marana coach will have a decision to make on that 4th down depending on what the yard to gain is. That's all Buena can hope for right here. Try to get a defensive stop here, get it back into the offense's hand, try to tie this game back up. Trips down here to the near side. Drop is straight back, and he goes over the middle, and that's picked off by number 14, Riddle, and that's his 2nd interception of this half. And he's able to bring it back to the 35-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10. Buena Colts at their own 35, trying to tie this game up with 10 minutes and 13 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Looks like Buena has made the adjustment. They're sending more than they have the entire game. For most of the game, they've only been sending their 3-down linemen. But lately, they've been sending 5 or 6 people after that freshman in the back. And it looks like the pressure's been getting to him, rattling a little bit right there. He threw it off his back foot over the middle, which is a cardinal sin as a quarterback. You can't throw it over the middle off your back foot. And Riddle is able to read it, cuts underneath the wide receiver, makes the interception, gets this ball back in the Buena Colts offense hands. And Gio's in the backfield with Jones. Bryant motions into the backfield. Flag on the field. That'll be a false start against the Buena Colts, pushing him back. And this has been a story all game for the Colts. They get a little momentum on their side, and then penalties just bring them back down. This puts them behind the chains. This puts them where they don't want to be. 1st and 15 is not good for a run-first offense. And this just makes them force it a little bit more. Gio's in the backfield with Jones. It's play action to Jones, and he's going over the top to Garrick, and it looks like his arms tipped as it comes through, and that'll fall incomplete between 2 Marana defenders. Gio got away with one there. He didn't have much time to throw it, and I think his arm got hit as he tried to come through, and that's why it came out as a duck. And it just fluttered safely to the ground between 2 Marana defenders. That would have been a huge change in momentum if Marana was able to get their hands on that ball, getting it back to their offense as quick after the turnover. That'll bring up a 2nd and 15. Jones and Bryant join Gio in the backfield. Gives to Bryant. He finds some room over the left side, and He's got only the corner to beat, and number 8's able to force him out of bounds, but not after a 25-yard gain, taking it into Miranda territory at the 45-yard line. And that is the first big rushing play we've seen in a while from the Colts, as Bryant's able to find a little bit of space out here on the left side, uses his speed, takes it down for the 25-yard gain, pushing it into Miranda territory. And Gio sets up in the backfield now with Jones and Hernandez. They go for that little quick and go, the screen and go to Garrick, but he's pushed out of bounds, and that's incomplete. Set up a 2nd and 10. That's the play that Buena scored on earlier. They're faking that quick, not even a screen pass. They ran that play a few times in the first half, just quickly throwing it out to Garrick, putting him in a one-on-one situation with the corner. And now they're trying to fake that, get the corner to bite up and throw it over the top. And that time the corner just stayed home. It's played by number 8, Diego Miranda. He stayed home, held his ground, and there's no room for Gio to put that into Garrick. And Hernandez is back in the backfield, and it goes up the middle to Jones, and he's stopped for a 2-yard gain. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 8 with 9 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It's a big 3rd down for the Colts. I think no matter what, it's 4-down territory anyways. Whether they get yards here or not, they're going to go for it on 4th. This is the best field position they've had in the second half, and Gio runs the option, pitches it out to Bryant. Bryant makes number 4 miss, and Bryant picks up the 1st down on a 10-yard run. That was a great option read by Gio. He kept it up actually through the first line of defense, getting up all the way to linebacker level. And when that linebacker committed onto him, he flipped it out to Bryant. Bryant made the one guy miss, push it forward for the rest of the yards, set up a 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Gio lines up under center with an offset eye with Jones and Bryant in the backfield, and it's a pitch out to Bryant. He has some room out here on the outside, cuts it up the field. And that's good for a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4. The Colts right now are very happy to just keep feeding Caleb Bryant the ball. He's been very effective all night. The entire running game has been effective all night. The Colts now have 259 yards rushing, and that's really where their strength has lied all year. They want to run the ball with Jones and Bryant. Bryant's taking a little bit of a break. He's replaced by Hernandez. And that's fake to Hernandez. Gio rolls out, finds some room, stops and tries to get to Garrick, and that's broken up by Diego Miranda, bringing up a 3rd and 4. And again, the Colts find themselves in a big 3rd down, 3rd and 4. I would be surprised if they keep the ball out of Bryant's hands. He's been their go-to guy all game, all year really. When they need yards, they find a way to get him in space, and he finds a way to come up with the yards. That's an offset eye with Jones and Bryant in the backfield.
Speed option.
Fake it to Jones and get it to Bryant up the middle, and Bryant finds some room, and he is pushed out of bounds at the 9-yard line, set up a 1st and goal from the 9 for the Buena Colts. And there's an injured Marana player on the field. And here we go. With the score 28-21 with 7 minutes and 54 seconds, the Colts are driving, trying to tie this game up. in what has been a back-and-forth high school football game. So this drive has really been stapled by the Buena Colts rushing attack. Of the 8 plays, 5 of them have been on the ground for 54 yards through the air. The Colts are 0 for 3, so they're not having any luck there. And so it's been purely on the shoulders of Bryant and Jones to get all these yards here on this drive. They've driven 54 yards. They're looking for those last 9 to push it into the end zone, try to tie this game up with under 10 minutes left. Trying to ruin Marana's senior night. And the Marana player is up and walking around. That's great to see. He's up walking off on his own strength. And now we're back to the action as Gio and Jones are in the backfield.
Don't give up ground.
Gio goes to the quick slant, and he finds Garrick
They gave it to him.
for the 8-yard gain down to the 1-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. And Buena's going into a little bit of hurry up here. Gio's up under center. Hands it quickly to Jones up the middle, and he goes in for the touchdown. And that brings the Colts within 1 with 7:25. It's Marana 28, Buena 27, waiting on the extra point. Buena comes out here in their swinging gate field goal formation. And now they shift over, setting up their normal field goal as Parker Tebow lines it up, trying to tie this game up with 7 minutes and 25 seconds left. The kick is up, and it is good, and the game is tied 28-28. And that is exactly the answer Buena was looking for as they drive the length of the field after the interception, all on the ground, except for the 8 yards there at the end. The rest of it was on the ground. They had 60 yards rushing on that drive, pushing them well over 200 yards for the game. It has been effective all night. And now, with 7 minutes, just over 7 minutes left, we have a great ball game on our hands. So hit that like button, hit that share button, get out there to all your friends and family. Tell them you're watching a great high school football game here on Friday night. Show some support for both teams. Cody Pitslin is ready to kick it away for the Colts. And it's going to be taken around the 2-yard line. And he's able to push it up to around the 24, and that's where Marana will take over. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. As their freshman QB comes back out on the field having thrown 2 interceptions here in the second half. See where he stands. See where the coaches stand. Or if they're just going to try to push it up the field running the ball, or they're going to let him air it out a little bit. In the backfield with Trenton is Ratliff, senior running back, and they give it to him off the right side. But Avila is able to get out there and set the edge very well for Buena, eliminating him to a 1-yard gain, setting up a 2nd and 9. Tigers come out with 3 wide receivers set. Rolling out to the left, sets up, and he skips that in there, and that'll be incomplete. Set up a 3rd and 9 as he tried to put it in there to his leading receiver on the night, Tariq Jordan. So this brings up another big 3rd down for the Buena Colts defense. On the last 3rd down, they're able to force the interception. Let's see what they're able to do here. If they can get their defense off the field, get their offense back on with around 6 minutes left, anything can happen. Trayson brings another wide receiver into the backfield with him. He's looking left, and he has an open wide receiver, but he's not able to get it there as the pressure was provided by the Colts by number 20, Isaiah Baugh. Oh, I'm sorry, that's number 70, Ruben Alvarez with the pressure, forcing him to get it out of his hands before he wanted to. If not, Miranda had an open wide receiver down here on the near side, and those probably would go for a touchdown because there's no one deeper than him. The defensive line was able to put pressure on him, made him throw it before he wanted to, not get anything on it. Falls to the turf, setting up the punch, and the snap is high, and it's on the ground, and Buena gets in there and covers it up, and Buena will take over 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. And that is a huge play on special teams for the Colts. It was a high snap, and the Colts don't give up on it, and they get in there and get on top of that ball, setting up a 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. As this game's tied up at 28-28 with 6 minutes and 28 seconds left. Colts are trying to take the lead. Gio comes out with Jones and Bryan in the backfield. And it's given to Jones straight up the middle, and he's untouched and walks in for the Buena High School touchdown. And Buena takes their first lead of the game since the 2nd quarter. At 34-28, waiting on the extra point. And Parker Tebow's on to attempt the extra point, trying to push Buena ahead by 7 with just under 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Colts are up by 7 with 6 minutes and 25 seconds left. And this game has really turned around here in the 4th quarter. Buena has put their foot on the gas, both offensively, defensively, and special teams. And they've really turned it around here in the 4th, getting themselves not only back in the game, but pushing themselves ahead with just over 6 minutes left. And now let's see if they can hold on. Cody Pitslin is ready to kick it away. That's fielded around the 5-yard line. And Hernandez comes in and makes the big tackle at the 22. And Hernandez from his gunner position out here left came in unblocked as they tried to set up a return on the left side. And he came in, made the sure-handed tackle. Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from their 22-yard line. There's an injured Tiger down on the field. We'll take this brief break to remind you guys to please hit that like and share button. Get this out there to as many people as you can. It's coming down to the end of this 4th quarter. It's a back-and-forth fist fight on this Friday night. This is what high school football is all about. 2 teams that are giving it their all, trying to get that win.
All right, sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lolly Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. Check out the Leone team of Nova Home Loans, the highest rated lender in Cochise County. SSVEC, owned by those we serve. Lights Out Family Fun Center. Chiricahua Community Health Centers, health for all. And last but not least, eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. Tonight we have the Buena Colts varsity football team taking on the Morena Tigers. Live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.
Huge shout out to our sponsors. Without them, we would be unable to do this, unable to bring this game live to you here on this Friday night. And with that said, please hit that like and share button on Facebook. Get this out there to as many people as we can. Show them that you're watching this great high school football game here on this Friday night. 2 teams going head-to-head, back and forth, coming down to the wire with 6 minutes and 19 seconds left. And that's what we like to see. The injured Tiger player is able to get up, jog off under his own ability. That's what you always want to see in a game like this. Both teams are going at it hard. It's a hard-fought game, but you don't want anyone to get hurt. So when someone does go down like that, you love to see them jump up after a few seconds, jog off the field. Looks like he'll be all right to go. And Trayson leads his team back out onto the field. There's 2 wide receivers on each side. It's an empty backfield, and Brain is bringing the pressure. And they get to him, but he's able to get it out to number 30. And that'll go for a Miranda first down on the 15-yard completion. Jones was able to get in there and put some pressure on the Trayson. But he was able to step up into that pressure, knew he was going to take the hit. He absorbed the hit, but he delivered it to number 30, Sebastian Borzani, for the first down for the Miranda Tigers. And Miranda comes out with one running back in the backfield. The ball's fumbled, but Ratliff's able to jump on top of it. I'll go for a 3-yard loss, set up a 2nd and 13. And coming down here late in the game, this is where the freshman's mental toughness was really going to be tested. This is probably his first time in a senior game or varsity game coming down to the end where he has to take his team down and score. And Buena's coming after him. Every passing situation, they're bringing pressure. They're going to put as much pressure on him as possible. And here they come again. And Jones is able to wrap up Ratliff in the backfield and force a fumble. And Buena jumps on top of it, and that'll be Buena High School football. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And with 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter, the Colts will take over, leading by 7, trying to push this lead even out farther, trying to feed off the energy from the Marana crowd here on senior night, ruin it for the Marana seniors, and see what they can do after forcing their third turnover of the second half. Handoff goes to Bryant, keeps it up the middle, and he finds some room, and he takes it for a 13-yard gain and another Buena first down. And it looked on that play like Bryant wanted to bounce it outside, but at the last second he saw a hole open up the middle. He put his foot in the ground, turned it upfield, and turned it into a 13-yard gain. And the Colts will be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Gio's in the backfield for Gio is Jones and Bryant. It goes up the middle to Jones, runs over the first guy, and carries 2 more for a 9-yard gain. And that just shows what Jones has done all game. When he gets the ball, he does not go down to first contact. He racks up those yak yard after contact, and he drags people with him for more yards even after that. And that sets up Buena in a great position on this 2nd and 1 from the 12, trying to push their lead of 7 even higher. Jones and Bryan in the backfield again, and goes straight up the middle to Jones. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And he pushes forward to the 5-yard line, set up a 1st and goal for the Buena Colts. And with 3 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in this game, the Colts up by 7 on their 5-yard line, trying to push it in for another touchdown. Really put the pressure on Marana here, trying to close out this game. Colts change it up, coming out on a split back look with Jones and Bryant. Give it to Bryant. Finds a little room up the middle, and the line and Bryant are driving the pile, waiting for the signal. And he is marked down short of the goal line at about the half-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the half-yard line for the Buena Colts. That was just great drive by Bryant and the offensive line as they kept pushing, trying to get over that line here for the touchdown. And here it's Coach Thomas is not going to go away from it. He's going to keep feeding his 2 running backs, Bryan and Jones, trusting his offensive line to get the push they need. Goes to Bryan, and he cuts outside for the quick, easy walk-in touchdown. And there's a flag on the field as I saw a helmet go rolling across the end zone. There's a Buena Colt helmet lying in the middle of the end zone. We'll see what the call is, as Caleb Bryant was able to take it over the left side for the walk-in touchdown. It'll be a dead ball personal foul penalty on Marana, and that'll be enforced on the kickoff. So the touchdown counts, pushing the lead to 13 points for the Buena Colts. Parker Tebow's on to try the extra point. And that's blocked. And that'll keep the lead at 13 points at 41-28 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the game. And as this game is coming to its close with just with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Show everyone on your Facebook feed that you're watching. You're loving this product that both these teams are putting out on the field, as it's a hotly contested high school football game between the Buena High School Colts and the Marana High School Tigers. And after the 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the touchdown run, the Colts will be kicking off from the Tigers' 45-yard line. And here, as Cody Pittsland gets ready to kick this away, he's just going to try to put it through the end zone, probably aiming for the goalpost, get that field goal from that no points field goal from the 45-yard line, show what kind of leg he's got. And he lets it rip. And I think it was good from here. Cody shows what kind of leg he's got, puts it through the back of the end zone, and the Tigers will take over from the 20-yard line, as they need to score 2 touchdowns in these final 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And the Colts defense, they just got to keep doing what they've done all night long. And the freshman Trayson leads his team onto the field. 5 wide receiver set. The Colts respond with 3 down linemen, 5 defensive backs. And they got 5 defensive backs, but they still get pressure in on him, and he's going to be sacked by number 3. Jesse Avina comes away with the huge sack, and that'll bring up 2nd and 20. And Jesse Avina has had a great game. He's been in on a ton of tackles. He had a touchdown-saving tackle earlier as he chased down the running back 40 yards down the field. And he keeps it up with the sack late in the game. He drops back again, looking over the middle, going to his leading receiver, but that's broken up by number 7, Jacob Murphy, bringing up 3rd and 20. And that brings up another 3rd down for the Colts. And this has been their best down in the last few possessions, forcing turnovers, both an interception and a fumble. Let's see what they have here on this 3rd and long, as Marana comes out with 4 wide receivers and 1 running back. And he's forced out of the pocket again, and he tries to get as many yards, and he comes away with a 3-yard gain, bringing up a 4th and 17. Marana will take the timeout. That was their 2nd of the half. They'll have 1 remaining. With a minute 38 remaining, the Buena Colts lead by 13 over the Marana Tigers. So here we'll see what Marana can come up with. They need to push the ball down the field as fast as possible, and the Colts are just going to keep their 5 defensive backs out there, keep them back, play a little bit, prevent defense, keep everything in front of them. The only thing that can really hurt them now is the big play. And if they can stay away from that, they're going to walk away from Marana with a win. And the Tigers come out with a 4 wide receiver set. Four wide receivers set for the Tigers, and the Colts respond with their 5 defensive backs, pushing them deep. As the Colts bring a little pressure, but he's able to escape it. He's pointing where he wants to go, and he's heaving it down the field. And his wide receiver comes back to the ball and catches at the 50-yard line. And that's good for a 35-yard reception and keeps Marana in this game. And that's exactly what Buena wanted to stay away from. But Trayson did a great job of getting outside the pocket, getting away from the pressure. And then he pointed where he wanted the receiver to go, and he let it fly. And his receiver came back and made a great reception, setting him up at the 50-yard line. Play action pass, and he finds his receiver open again over the middle for another 11-yard gain, another first down. Buena's trying to hang on here, trying to improve their record to 4-2. Trying to do everything they can to just slow down Marana, who's found another breath of life here late in the fourth as there's a minute left. 5 wide receivers, they're diamond formation down here. He looks right. He takes the hit, but he gets it out to number 8, breaks a tackle, makes another man miss. He's running for the end zone, but Hernandez is able to track back and bring him down, stopping him from making it to the end zone. But there is a flag down at the 35-yard line. And that'll be an ineligible man downfield against Marana, and that'll bring it back, negating the big play by the Tigers. And that was a huge play for the Tigers as Trayson took a huge hit, but he was able to get it out to his wide receiver, who then made people miss in the open field. But all is for naught as one of the linemen drifted a little bit too far downfield and gets called for an ineligible downfield, pushing him back to the 43-yard line. And the clock is winding, going under 50 seconds. The Tigers really need to hurry up. They need to score twice here somehow. Play action pass. He gets it out here to number 4. He has a blocker in front of him, and he's got some open space, and he's going to be able to. He's forced out of bounds at the 17-yard line, and that's good for a 27-yard completion, or 27-yard completion, and that's a first down, Marana. And with 32 seconds left from the 19-yard line, Marana has a 1st and 10. They have trips up top. Another play action pass. And that ball is tipped. And Jones is able to get his hand on it and break that up as they were running 3 slants up there at the top. And the inside receiver had a lane to the end zone. And if Jones doesn't get his hand on it, that's going to go for a touchdown. Make this game real interesting, real quick. I'll bring up a 2nd and 10 with 28 seconds left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. The Colts defense trying to hang on, trying to keep Marana out of the end zone, protect this 13-point lead they've built. You scan in the field, looks right, throws it up to the middle of the end zone, jump ball, and that is knocked away. That is incomplete. Bringing up 3rd down. At this point, I don't think Marana's even trying to get the first down. I think every look they have, they're going for the touchdown, trying to keep as much time on that clock as possible if they have to go for the onside kick later. And they come back out. 3 wide outs, 4 wide outs. He's tight end splitting out. Scanning left, comes back to the right, and he finds a receiver open over the middle, but that's dropped as Jones applies the pressure on the catch. And that'll bring up 4th down, and Buena's 1 play away from winning this game. That's 4th down and 10 for Marana Tigers. Colts only need one more stop, and then they can go in. Then they can just kneel this game out. Come away from Marana with the win. Marana comes out with trips up top. Colts are only rushing 4, but they're able to get pressure on him, and he takes a huge hit. And the ball is dropped in the end zone as Caleb Bryant's able to break that up at the last second, preserving the Blaine High School win. And the Colts will take over at the 19-yard line with 11 seconds left, and all they have to do is take the best formation, take up the best formation in football, the victory formation, kneel this game out, and they'll come away from Marana with a W, pushing the record to 4-2 on the year. And there's the victory formation. Gio takes the knee. Clock's running down. And the Colts are going to celebrate as they come into Marana on senior night, and they ruin senior night, taking on the Max Prep Sports 20th ranked team here in the state of Arizona and beating them 41-28. Thank you for tuning in tonight to this great game of high school football, and we hope to see you next week as the Colts are at home against Cienega.
Sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by La Ali Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. Check out the Leone team of Nova Home Loans, the highest rated lender in Cochise County. SSVEC, owned by those we serve. Lights Out Family Fun Center. Chiricahua Community Health Centers, health for all. And last but not least, eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. Tonight we have the Buena Colts varsity football team taking on the Marana Tigers. Live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.